Video in a minute. I feel like y'all should. Yeah, I owe y'all a disturbing video, so we finna go ahead and get into it. How's y'all Friday going? This is a good, beautiful Friday. I go to work later, so I'm providing y'all with this video now. You feel me? Y'all watching this video at 12. That being said, let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Woman who lived in London. The judge who would later oversee her case described Shakira as a healthy and loving woman before her demise. Shakira's mother said, "She always wanted to be liked, which made her keen to please people, though this trait also made her vulnerable." Shakira also had mild learning difficulties, which could attract the wrong kinds of opportunistic people who could suss out that she would be very easy to take advantage of. Those who knew Shakira and her family said that she just wanted to be cared for, to be loved, and to have a loyal friendship group, although she was also described as socially awkward, which made it difficult for her to make friends. Shakira also had 2 children, who she loved dearly. I'm unaware as to the custody arrangement for her 2 little ones, as there isn't a great deal of information about them. At some point in 2015, Shakira was introduced to Ashana Studholm, a 38-year-old woman who lived right next door to Shakira. As I mentioned previously, there were people who could sense Shakira's vulnerability and her longing for friendship, and Ashana was one such parasite. The 2 lived next to each other in Ealing, West London, and Ashana made numerous attempts to befriend Shakira, but only to benefit herself, and sadly, Shakira fell for it. At the time, Shakira was in a relationship, but after her relationship ended in early 2021, Shakira became incredibly close with Ashana. As the 2 became closer and closer, her family noticed that Shakira became more and more withdrawn. It seemed that Ashana isolated Shakira from everyone she cared about. By 2022, Shakira was a shell of her former self. She had lost a considerable amount of weight and always appeared to be frail. In September of 2022, neighbors of Shakira
What the fuck? What type of drugs is that?
noticed that they hadn't seen her for over 2 weeks. They would often see her walking around, going about her day, but they also recalled that over the last few months her appearance had changed a great deal. But then, as one neighbor was walking past Shakira's home, she made a truly grim discovery. Maggots could be seen crawling from underneath her front door. Those in the neighborhood called the emergency services, telling the operator about their concerns.
Maggots is crazy.
The police were dispatched, and they soon arrived at Shakira's home. Upon seeing the maggots crawling from the door, the police wasted no time, and they broke down the door. They entered the home and were met with a foul smell. As they conducted a search of the property, officers found maggots littering the home, and the body of Shakira was found on her son's bed.
Damn.
It was clear that she had been dead for some time due to the state of her decomposition. Investigators were brought into the scene immediately, and Shakira's body was taken to the coroner so a cause of death could be determined. The coroner made a horrifying discovery. Despite the fact that Shakira's body was badly decomposed, a large amount of evidence as to the cause of her death could be found. It became apparent that this was no natural death. Shakira had been tortured to a horrific degree, and for a long period of time. It was also clear that in her final moments, Shakira was skin and bone. The investigators who worked on Shakira's home found blood spatters all over the home, especially inside a particular cupboard. On screen now, you can see what investigators found under UV light in the cupboard. This was now a murder investigation, and it wouldn't take long for the people responsible to be arrested. The police received a phone call, and this caller said that their nephew had confided in him and claimed that he had done something really bad. He said that his nephew had told him he had burned somebody's toes, and that this person was now dead.
Damn.
He said that the person's name was Shakira Spencer. The caller's nephew was a man by the name of Sean Pendlebury.
They're trying to erase this video from the internet. Watch now before it's too late.
Those ads with the celebrity.
So, this is very important to you. Okay? So you've been arrested on suspicion of the murder of Shakira Spencer at 9 Lambeth House, okay? Between the 31st of the 8th and the 26th of the 9th.
That's a UK nigga.
That you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention one question, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. The necessity for your arrest is to prevent your disappearance, for a prompt and effective investigation, and for the prevention of harm. Okay?
Yeah, I've never so I don't know how you're going to say.
You're under caution at the moment. My advice would be wait until you have the opportunity to have legal advice before you make any further comment in relation to the allegations against you. Okay?
Sean had also told his uncle that there were 2 other accomplices. These people were Lisa Richardson and Ashana Studholm. The 3 were arrested and questioned. All of them denied any wrongdoing. Although the 3 criminals weren't so bright, as they left behind a trail of evidence which would lead to their downfall.
She looked musty.
Inside Shakira's home, investigators found a fake nail. This was tested for any DNA, and the DNA on the nail was confirmed to be that of Ashana, linking her to the crime scene. It seemed that the nail could have come off in some kind of struggle. CCTV and ring camera footage was also analysed. The police found that the 3 suspects would often frequent the home of Shakira. Thousands of hours of footage was evaluated by a dedicated team of investigators. This left the police satisfied that the 3 were indeed involved.
Yeah.
The CCTV and ring camera footage also showed Shakira walking around slowly and hobbling. It was clear that she was struggling to walk. In one clip, you can see that her face is bruised and swollen, showing that she had been badly beaten. Shakira's bank cards had also been used a number of times before her death and after. The 3 were found to be the ones who were using her card. They were seen on CCTV using the card and spending her money in a number of stores and supermarkets. Despite the trio claiming ignorance, the evidence was stacking up against them. Blood spatters were also found in Ashana's home, further linking her to the crime beyond a shadow of a doubt. The home of Sean was also searched, and inside, officers uncovered a pair of shoes that had a number of bloodstains on them.
Damn.
The blood was tested and was an exact match to Shakira.
I'm trying to see what was their fucking deal, like, why they did it.
Of Sean's car was also found to be stained with blood. The blood again was a match with Shakira. The police were building a horrifying picture of Shakira's final moments, but now, this is when things become even more sinister. As I said before, the coroner could tell that Shakira had been tortured. Well, the police recovered a mobile phone that belonged to Lisa Richardson. And on this device, they found a number of deeply disturbing text messages and videos, which gave the police an idea of exactly what happened. What I'm about to share with you is the official story. Ashana befriended Shakira with the intention of using her for her own benefit. She introduced her to Sean and Lisa, and the 3 began to slowly take control of Shakira's life. They isolated her from her family and her friends, introducing her to illegal substances to increase their control over her. They forced Shakira to hand over control of her banking and her money to themselves. They took over her home and practically enslaved her. They would force Shakira to get up in the early hours of the morning to run errands for them, and sometimes pointlessly, just because they enjoyed causing her misery. Eventually, they forced Shakira out of her own home and made her sleep in a bike shed. The 3 also took great pleasure in attacking and injuring Shakira. They would frequently beat and humiliate her, filming this for their own sick and twisted enjoyment. They withheld food and water from Shakira, only allowing her to consume small sachets of tomato ketchup. Over the months of torment, Shakira went from a size 16 to a size 6. To make more money, the gang would allow men to come over, and these men would pay.
How a beautiful young lady look like that from that is drugs. It's crazy, man. Y'all don't stay off drugs if it ain't. Just stay off drugs, period. If you ain't never smoked before, please don't smoke. Let's go for anything. Please. Y'all see me smoking, this is black and mild. Mind your business. But don't even smoke them.
to be able to force themselves
Nah,
on
for real
Shakira.
though. Stay out
They
drugs.
did this multiple times over the months until her death. Shakira was living in hell. You may be wondering why she didn't just go to the police. Well, these cases aren't always so simple. Vulnerable people who go through such an ordeal can literally be brainwashed by the perpetrators to accept the abuse. The psychological trauma that Shakira suffered is complicated, and it isn't as simple as saying, well, she should have just run away or gotten some help.
Yeah, it ain't that
On one
simple.
occasion just before her death, officers did see Shakira walking alone. She was limping, and she appeared to be frail, gaunt, and beaten. The police were concerned for her well-being, and they asked Shakira if she needed any help. But Shakira declined, and she told the officers that there was nothing to worry about. She walked away from the police and towards her home where the three were living. There, she would be starved and beaten, and 10 days later, Shakira would be dead. Over the months, the three ramped up their attacks. The beatings got worse and worse, and Shakira suffered unspeakable horrors.
Bitch, what?
These savage beatings were recorded, and according to the police reports, the three could be heard laughing as Shakira begged them to stop hurting her. Other people who were friends with the trio were also invited over, and they were told to beat and hurt Shakira. On one occasion, the three pinned Shakira down and used a lighter to burn away the skin on the bottom of her feet. In September of 2022, the gang attacked Shakira for the final time. However, on this occasion, the torture was incredibly severe.
Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way that family. I know her. If her family worried about her so bad, they would have went over there. My family, we would have went over that bitch all deep. What's up? But well, it depends though, because I don't know, man. That's crazy though, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Some
From what
people
I can
evil,
tell from the court documents, this was done in front of two younger people who can't be named for legal reasons. I'm unsure as to who these two younger people are, as it isn't entirely clear, but they would later testify against the three killers. Inside Ashana's home, the three all attacked Shakira Spencer for hours. She was forced to kneel in front of the gang, and one of them smashed a glass bottle over her head, and then Sean kicked Shakira in the back, causing her to fall. Shakira began crying out in pain. Following this, the three stopped to have dinner together while Shakira lay in agony. Once they were finished eating, Shakira was told to strip. The gang boiled a kettle and poured the boiling water all over Shakira's body. Shakira screamed out in pure agony as the gang just laughed, enjoying every moment of her torment. An aerosol spray with a lighter was then used to burn Shakira. Shakira passed out from the extreme pain and she fell and hit her head.
Oh man.
She was then dragged into the hallway where she slept under newspapers in her own urine. The two younger people who were also present recalled the smell of burning flesh lingering in the air. They also recalled seeing pieces of Shakira's flesh coming off. The following day, Shakira was beaten again before being put into the boot of Sean's car and driven to her own flat on the 12th of September. Once inside, the three locked Shakira in her cupboard. Shakira was in an awful state. She was horrifically injured,
R.I.P.
bleeding, and starved.
R.I.P.
She was left in the cupboard to die, alone, in pain, and terrified. Not long after being locked in the cupboard, Shakira died of her injuries. The three then got to work cleaning up the crime scene. She was moved from the cupboard and placed onto the floor. Incense sticks and ice packs were placed around her body to cover up the smell.
Look at this fucking meth head. That bitch looked like a meth head. That's why I knew it was meth. It had to be meth. It had to be.
And to slow down the decomposition. The three then got to work destroying evidence. Shakira's body was moved into her son's bed in a feeble attempt to make it look like she died from natural causes. 2 weeks later, maggots would be found crawling from under her door. All three of the killers tried to pass around the blame. Nobody wanted to accept responsibility for what they had done, and none of them even seemed to really care about the murder. But this wouldn't matter. The evidence was beyond overwhelming, and the trial would soon begin. The jury were presented with the details of the murder, and the prosecution highlighted that Ashana was very much the ringleader in this case, but that the other two were willing participants. They were just as complicit, and they happily took part in the torture, laughing as they did it. The jurors heard how Ashana had previous convictions for racially attacking
Y'all female, y'all, it's just like dudes out there. Y'all gotta watch who y'all be friends with. Cause your friend could be your enemy. Okay. Whole time. I'm plotting.
on 2 separate occasions, and a string of thefts and neglect. Sean also had previous convictions for illegal substance offences, handling stolen goods, and attacking police officers. Sean's defense team attempted to absolve him of any responsibility due to him having a lower than average IQ. However, the judge would say to this, "You were a fully involved member of this group who tortured Shakira. You had ample opportunity to step away or get help, but you took full part in the ill treatment and lived in her flat while she slept in the bike shed." Throughout the trial, the 3 killers showed absolutely no remorse, and none of them offered any kind of explanation for what they did and why they subjected Shakira to such unimaginable horrors. All 3 were found guilty of the murder of Shakira. They were sentenced to a combined total of over 100 years in prison. They were all given a life sentence with a minimum term of 34 years, meaning that all of them must complete 34 years behind bars before being considered for parole. The case of Shakira was so incredibly distressing that the judge who was assigned to oversee the case allowed the jurors the option to opt out of jury service for the rest of their lives. The judge explained that some of the jury were traumatized by the evidence they had to witness. If there's one thing...
Like in the UK, they judges, do they make them put that shit on? Because I wouldn't be able to take a judge seat. Yes, I would, but I'm just saying. Yeah, nah, your ass better goddamn. One thing about a judge, you better not make them mad, because they gonna determine how everybody else shit behind you go. For real. Yeah.
I've noticed while writing for this channel is how truly sadistic.
And you gotta realize, some people don't. The judge don't determine how long you get, or even if you get off. Like, if you get off, the judge don't determine none of that. That's the prosecutor. So, people be trying to kiss the judge ass. They need to be trying to kiss the prosecutor ass, because he the one that's going to get you off and get you deals.
A group of people can become when they single out and target an individual. I've covered it countless times on the channel, and those cases are always especially horrifying. The prosecutor who worked on the case compared the killers to a pack of feral savages, with many agreeing with his description. Shakira's son, who cannot be named for legal reasons, described the trio who killed his mother as cruel and evil. In an impact statement he said, "I've suffered with daily nightmares and anxiety about what happened to her. I can't get the horrible image of my mother looking skinny and unwell out of my head. Why were they so heartless? What could cause them to torture another human? I hope that every day they feel bad for the choices they have made. I cannot believe the people she thought were her friends would ever do this to her. These people are evil. They do not deserve to live a happy and normal life ever again."
I ain't gonna care, that's the type. This was a cold ass case, I ain't gonna lie. This type of case they should have got there. They should have got the literature, I ain't gonna lie to you. They should have definitely got the literature. That being said, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe. Disturbing, man. You did your thing like you always and do. That being said, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe. Happy Friday. See y'all tomorrow for Saturday video. I don't know what I'm reacting to Saturday video. If y'all got some recommendations, put them in the comment section down below, man. Or y'all know Sunday is Mr. Baller Sunday, of course. That being said, let's ride. See you when I see y'all.